Alright, I was digging through my emails, clearing all the old stuff, and I found some really golden nuggets. I thought I'd share with you 5 of them. These are 5 UAE expats, okay, who over the period of years who got in touch with me, but I thought I'd focus on like the pre-COVID, 1 year before COVID, and the COVID ones. So these are 5 UAE expats who took a bank loan. They took a bank loan for whatever purpose. They're taken for something else, but they went for something else. And how I know them is because they contacted me. They took a bank loan. They said, Loy, we'd also like your training. So, and they kind of mentioned that they did take a bank loan. So I was like, cool. Unfortunately, they decided against my service because obviously they would make some money, sorry, what am I saying? I was looking at that guy and I forgot. No, the reason why they didn't come to me is because it's more fun to enjoy life than to work hard towards building your profile. So anyway, these are the 5. Let me know out of these 5 which are your favorite or dumb ones. First one. So top 5, huh? We'll go from number 5. So this guy is an employee, takes a bank loan, major one, okay, and then contacts me, hey Loy, want your service, this, that, and I said fine. And then when I quoted him, and he also wanted business advice. So one was career, one was business. So I told him career one is separate, business one separate. You can't mix both. So then as we were talking, and obviously they tell me, oh Loy, it's too expensive. So he then tells me that I've taken a bank loan. Fine. So I told him, you want advice for business? This is what the charge is. You want for profile and growth in the corporate world? This is the charge. So he said okay. He never got back to me, and he went ahead with his business. Okay. He was kind enough to share with me the website of his business and launching, and I think he put me in his list of email correspondence. So every time he would send me an email, we are grand opening and this and that, and you're invited, please come, honor us with your blessings, the typical Indian style. And then obviously he started to send marketing material. I was kind of interested to see his progression, so I didn't put him on a spam folder. Okay, first week, email. Second week, email promotion. Third week, fourth week. This went on for some time until one day I totally forgot about it. And then when I was doing this research, I checked his website. Website is shut down. Then obviously I checked his LinkedIn. LinkedIn was nothing happening there. Then I checked his Facebook, and there was no mention of the business. Okay. So I checked. The last entry that he had was, I think, after COVID, I think 1 month or 2 months. And then photographs of shop locked and this and that. So obviously I knew that his business shut down. So the first guy took a bank loan, to start a business and shut down. And there was not much activity in his Facebook after that also. Means not like before. He created a Facebook page. See, taking a bank loan and starting a business is stupid. You should never take a bank loan to start a business. If you're starting a business, start with what you have. Get the ball rolling. This is the one mistake so many people make. I'm pretty sure he has to pay the bank. I'm pretty sure he has to pay debtors. And I'm pretty sure his chance for taking another bank loan or severely affected, Okay, number 4. This guy took a bank loan for my service. I was like, I appreciate. You want my service? You want to take a bank loan? Fine. Okay. Wanted personal branding, all that. Fine. We were nearly on the finalization stage. Everything is done. And he said, okay, I'm sending the payment. Fine. And I even started the work. I told him this, because he was going to pay a sizable amount. I told him, these are the instructions, these are the websites, because he wanted to build his online brand. I think the mistake that I did was, I gave him quite a number of information before making the payment. So I guess he must have realized, okay, lawyer has already given me a lot of things to do. Let me make the payment afterwards. This is a mistake I never repeated after that. So, gave him the instructions, and this guy is supposed to give the payment next day. Payment is not there. I've already given him instructions out of good faith. So I sent him a message, hey, what's happening? No response. After 2-3 days, oh, sorry, Loy, I was busy. He's saying just a lot of things. And I said, I understand. Where's the payment? He's saying, just give me a couple of days. When people start playing around like this, I know. I told him up front, see, listen, I'm not new to this game. I've already given you instructions. I did my part of the bargain. You're not doing yours. Better honor, or this deal doesn't seem to be going well. He said, yeah, I'll get back to you. After that, I don't follow up. If you're trying to fuck around, forget it. I just don't have time for all that shit. I didn't bother. To my surprise, this same guy, he didn't pay, He didn't even get in touch. He didn't have the courtesy, nothing. Next thing I know, he has started this cryptocurrency kind of business. And, I could see that. I was kind of irritated with that. So, and he was putting, successful this, successful that. So he was trying to market himself as a guy of integrity. Wait, let this truck thing go. So, after he put up, I was irritated because he was trying to portray himself as a success. How these cryptocurrency guys show successful multi-millions and this and that with a nice suit and photograph and his name and cryptocurrency X trading and this and that. I said, you need to have some shame where, you don't honor the deal or the people you reach out for help, and now you're trying to deal with people's money. You'll bloody scam them off. He blocked me. Fine. Blocked me, and that was when cryptocurrency was doing well. Now when you check, that cryptocurrency thing is not there. His website is no longer existing. In fact, I asked some people to check because I had the screenshots of his number. So now, when I sent one of the guys to just check up with him, just to see what's happening, he said, and they asked him website, no, it's under construction. Cryptocurrency, he said, no, I would prefer to deal one-on-one. So no company, nothing. I have a feeling it didn't work out well for him, because even on my YouTube videos, before, how many cryptocurrency guys are talking big. Oh, what the fuck, I made $50,000 per day. I made $100,000. You're struggling, you must be jealous. Where are they? Nowhere. Finished, gone, right? So, anyway. So that was at number 4. Number 3. This guy, as we are going higher, I think the people become more weirder, more stupid. I've spoken about this guy before. This was not actually a loan. This guy had an option to cash out with his gratuity. Young guy. So what did he do? This is pre-COVID. I think 6 months or 8 months before COVID. He took all his money. I think it was very bad at numbers and dates. I think it was 200,000 or 300,000 dirhams or whatever. think $100,000 for a young man, very young man, you know, gratuity can be small, but the encashment can be big, and especially if your package is very, very high. I don't know how the hell did he land up in this multinational company with such a high salary. I was really, really surprised when I got his CV. I didn't believe that he was at such a high paying position. Position might have been just average, but maybe because it was technical or whatever. Okay, maybe contacts, very good salary, very good income, very good package pre-COVID. Okay, but then the management decided to restructure and they offered him 6 months. Just imagine, 6 months payout. Oh fuck. And he was so happy, he took it. So imagine $100,000 in your bank. This guy contacted me for personal branding, this and that. Okay, whatever. Told him, gave him the rates, everything. And next thing I know, I don't hear from him. Fine. You know, I don't follow up. So don't hear from him. And after COVID took place, you know, everything shut down. This guy sends me a message. Hey, how are you? Fine. Remember me? No. I sent you that profile and this, and he sent me a profile again. Then I remembered. I said, yeah, this, remember. Fine. He said, I'd like your personal branding service. Give him my charge. Gave him my charge. He said, Loy, please do something less. And I said, man, you got $100,000. Come on, stop being stingy. To which he replied, man, I made a mistake. I said, what did you do? He said, you can be honest. This guy got $100,000. Goan guy, young boy, decided to go for a holiday with his girlfriend. And they went to Brazil and he made her get rid of her job. He went to Brazil, he went to all the places, started smoking pot, living a hippie life, eating not much, but you know, the party, pizza, and I don't know, don't you calculate that if you spend money, you need to earn money? Don't you calculate you're spending money, you're spending for your girlfriend also? I don't know, it either never occurred to him or I don't know, smoking pot. He went into La La Land. So smoking, drinking, fucking. He shared with me Facebook photographs of his adventures and everything gone. Oh wow, they got mushrooms. See. Good. Oh, nice. There you go. These people hunt for mushrooms. These are very expensive if they sell in the market. Very tasty. My wife will be coming next. So, well, the only good news is he agreed for my charges because I told him, you spent on a pussy and you went on holiday, not my problem. Poor fellow came back and girlfriend also came back, and now they started having fights because he was not ready to spend on her, and she was like, you made me resign from my job, and became bad to us, and families got involved and big drama, and they broke up, and now he is living alone trying to sort out his mess. Anyway, I didn't follow up with him after the service, by the way. I don't know, you know, I finish my service, I do a good job, you go your way. Number 2, biggest idiot. This guy, I've spoken about him, you know him, very early on, especially in Facebook. I think before I even started my career doing this full-time online. This guy, not a very high position, small position, took a bank loan and took a bank loan for I don't know what purpose, but he allocated funds in different areas, and then he said he wants my personal branding. Fine, okay, I told him what it is. After a few days, sends me a message, what about business branding? Okay, I told him for business, branding. He wants to start a business. Then after a few days, he says, okay, what if I want to learn your business? I gave him the charges. And then finally, after a few days, he asked me, okay, what about if I want to do like you? Fine, I gave my charges. This went on and on and on. How much was 1 year, 6 months, 8 months, 3 months, 1 month? See, you need to understand, this was at the initial stages of my setting up my business. Those days I was to entertain any inquiries and can go on and on and on. This went on for months. I must always respond courteously. One fine day, out of the blue, this guy, same guy, he sends me a message. Welcome to his name. Let's say his name is, let's give him a name, Satish. Welcome to Coach Satish. Business branding, personal branding, success coach. And you know the typical click, I'll help you double, triple or 10x your income. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This guy at a junior level, no experience of anything. Now he's become a personal branding coach, business coach, all the coach. Okay. He sent me, and I don't know how he didn't realize. He has sent it to me. I kept quiet. Sent it to me, created Facebook page. Website, I think he took one of the cheap, you pay $5 a month, drag and drop. Okay. He posted his first video. Oh my goodness, what a disaster. He's sitting next to, that also is sitting next to, I don't know what, a dirty wall. You can see his laundry at the back, his clothes hanging and something table, and it's so much of echo. Hello, this is example. Satish, I am your business coach. I will help you 10x. Are you tired of your life? Are you tired of working? Come now, we can change. Oh goodness. He didn't even comb his hair. He didn't even wear a proper shirt. In fact, the video was so poorly made. And he uploads this. LinkedIn and Facebook and okay. I just keep quiet. And I watch. Sends me the second video. So I was like, okay, at least he's making videos. One day he sends me a message. Can I have some tips from you? I'm trying to promote my video. Nobody is liking, nobody's sharing. I wanted to give him a piece of my mind, but then I was like, keep putting out content, generic advice. Yeah, I'm doing all that. I said, try more. You'll do it. I want to be like you. I always admired you. Yeah, no problem. He did this for, I think, 2 years, 3 years. He finally, one day, he sends me a message. The guy is humble. It's not that he was bad intention. Sends me a message and says that, lawyer, how are you and all that? Fine, how is it? I asked him, how's your business? He's saying, no, I closed that down. I said, why, what happened? And I got sent back to India. He poor fellow was sent back to India. He didn't pay his loan. Went back to India. And he's saying, now I can't go back to UAE because I've not paid my loan. And he said, banks and everyone are asking me. And then he said, so what made you change your business? He said when he went home, his parents gave him nicely. Parents gave him left, right and center. Everyone was laughing at him because he was sending these videos to everyone. Now he's working for a small company in India, 20% or 30% of the pay scale. No more business coaching, personal branding, nothing. So he tried to copy me. And number one, biggest idiot of them all. Guy takes the money, bank loan. He's living abroad and he's on a loan. And then he tells me that, want your coaching, this and that. I said, okay, fine. He said, I'm going to lose my job. I said, then you need to work in order of importance. And fine, everything. Okay, I'll get back to you. Fine. Gets in touch with me second time. This time he has a female there, Indian female. Like hi. Hey, hi. He spoke highly about you. Okay, whatever. Okay, she's asking me. I want to know what is my fiance going to pay. Like, what fiance? I didn't know they were engaged or whatever. I said, I want to know what my fiance is paying for. So I asked her, are you his mother? Straight away. I said, are you his mother or something? Why do you? My dealing is with him. I speak to him. What do you want? Told her straight. Saying, no, he's saying, then he stepped in, hey, don't need to be angry, man. It just, I said, no, listen, I'm talking about your brand. I'm not talking about family brand. And she comes out of the blue. Not introduced, nothing. I don't know her. She wants a report card. What am I going to do for you? I said, are you the man or is she the man? I don't like such bullshit, So then they mellowed down. She thought she could stomp over my head and boss me. I want to know. Oh, fuck you. What do you want to know? You suck his dick. So does that mean you suck mine? You want to know? Ask him. Ask him the questions. I'll answer him and he can tell you. I fucking got irritated. I realized I was getting irritated. But it's just general conversation here. Bye. Okay. And I sent him a message. Whatever doubts you have, you ask me. Don't ask your wife for me to give a report card. So nothing was heard. After some time I get a message, and I think it was more like to tell me fuck you. He sends me a message that we have decided to get married on so and so date, and this and that, grand wedding, big. And I mean, I don't know why was he sending it to me. He made sure he sent me not only email, WhatsApp, nice card and all. This is after a couple of months. Themed wedding. There was a theme also. Traditional theme, nice theme, caterers, this, that, DJ. I was sure that they spent a fortune for this. In fact, he even sent me the trailer of his wedding. Oh my goodness. Oh, putting cufflinks, kneeling down. She gave him a rose, the drone going up, the boat moving. Okay. Finally, I think they got married. And COVID, no job, I guess. They both came back to Dubai. And ever since, I've been checking their Facebook, like especially for this one. Nothing much. Nothing. After the wedding, all glamorous. Oh, the wedding was like crazy. 300, 400 snaps and nothing. I'm sure he must have spent on a car and all that because they were showing next to a new car. This is the beast. But now the question is, you took a bank loan. I don't know whether from abroad or UAE. I don't think abroad, because you take abroad, you can't leave. So now you got to pay it back, right? The most stupid thing you can do is take a loan, know that you're going to lose a job. You know you're going to lose a job. And without a job, take a loan and spend it for a wedding. He could have had a simple wedding, just exchange the rings and put the garland and focus on working. I'm not saying pay me the money for my service. Keep the money for a rainy day, or pay the bank off so that no interest. Wedding and anyway, I hope she's still sucking him really well, because I want to know what you're going to teach him. He's his baby. Let him breastfeed on a tit for some time. Idiot. She wanted to know. Oh, I want to know. Young girl, man. Just imagine fucking 20 something and asking me, hey, I want to know. No, go fuck yourself. You don't have money and you're trying to boss me. I don't take shit. Anyway, these are the top 5. You let me know which one you felt was the biggest idiot. Alright? Yes, take care. This is me signing off.